Tonight I'm making collard greens, one of my wife's least favorite items. I've got half an onion, whole pack of Uncle Jones turkey wings, smoked, and 4 tablespoons of jalapenos that I ground up earlier in the year from a plant that I grew. Saute all that stuff together with probably 4 tablespoons of garlic. And as soon as this cooks down a little bit, I'll add the shredded collard greens. Okay, now that we've cooked that down a little bit, add about 100 pounds this is, pre-washed 32 ounces, pre-cut, as you can see, collard greens. Let that cook down a little bit. I'm going to add some chicken stock and red vinegar in a few minutes if you want to get that ready on your counter. Okay, so after we let that cook a little bit, it's got a bit darker green. I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock. There's really no amount that's right or wrong. I just kind of keep adding it until the greens kind of get soft and tender. You really don't want too much liquid in there. Another thing I do is I add some red wine vinegar. I use a Lassie. Gail picks that up at Publix. It's a decent brand. You could pretty much use anything in this particular dish, but this brand of red wine vinegar is great in salads and other applications versus your standard red wine vinegar that sometimes can be a little bitter. I know that sounds odd with vinegar, but it is. When we get back, we're going to start to season, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the collard greens cooked down a little bit, but it's about time to add some seasoning. Seasoning is really up to your own preference. I'm using granulated garlic, granulated onion, fresh ground sea salt, Tella cherry pepper. I'm going to use Splendid Naturals stevia. It's a little sweetener for the bitterness. So we're going to basically do that to taste. So I did about 2 tablespoons of granulated onion, 2 tablespoons of granulated garlic, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and 2 teaspoons of sugar. Again, you can do this to your taste. Okay, so now I've got everything in that pot. If I didn't mention earlier, I started with bacon fat from oven-baked bacon that we strained off and put into a jar to start the whole process. So I'm going to let this cook now for 45 minutes, and when it's done, it should be all set, and then just season to taste. Have a good night.